graciously has accepted our invitation and assured me that he would have some great words of wisdom. And I'm counting on it. Representative Sánchez, if you would please.
Felicidades. Congratulations. Y dale su fuerte aplauso para celebrar este momento aquí en el pueblo de Lawrence. Let's celebrate the new school committee and the new city council here in this great city of Lawrence. I am so honored to have the pleasure to address you here tonight as we inaugurate this Lawrence City Council and this school committee. Mr. Mayor, thank you. Mr. President, thank you. Members of the council and members of the school committee and those of the technical school committee as well. There's so many people that could be up here, and I'm just humbled. I'm humbled that you've invited me to share this moment with you today. Realmente es un honor estar en la presencia de todos ustedes hoy. Yo también me siento como hijo de Lawrence. Y a todos los miembros de los concejales de Santo Domingo, bienvenidos aquí a este estado de Massachusetts. Aquí se les tienen los brazos abiertos y el corazón abierto también, y estamos a sus órdenes siempre. So, I've been a great admirer of this strong and vibrant community for so long. Given that my community of Jamaica Plain and Lawrence, we have certain similarities. First and foremost, we all love mango, bachata, salsa, sancocho. We also like corned beef and cabbage, and we also like pasta. And we also like knishes as well. Somos una comunidad diversa. We are a diverse community. But even more so, when my mother came here from Washington Heights in the early 70s, and we arrived from Washington Heights to Boston. Boston was a different place. Boston was considered a city in decline. The industrial base had gone down. Communities just were having a hard time. And we arrived at a housing project that was being mothballed because the federal government wanted to tear it apart. And the state government and the local government, they were okay with that, despite there being people coming in from the South, Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and Cubans coming into the city, because there still was an agriculture base, there still was a manufacturing base. And I remember my mother always organizing. She was a big house, she still is a big housing advocate. And when it came to trying to put together ideas and people together to bang on doors in the State House, it was leaders here in this community of Lawrence that she counted on. One in particular is Isabel Melendez, who's here. I know I bring you up all the time. I got you because you are the one woman that always sticks out with my mother. She always sticks out with my mother because there were only a few people, there were only a few Latinos that were banging on the doors of Governor Sargent or even Governor Dukakis in the beginning, Latino voices. But make no mistake about it, those voices were strong and they were loud. And they made such a big impact. And it gave so much of us, in my age group, and those of us that are here, an opportunity to see what happens when we all put our minds together and we work together. So tonight I want to reflect with you just a little bit of what I see, what makes this great city of Lawrence so great, and engage you to challenge yourselves as you start your sessions today. I'm sure that you know all the statistics. Ustedes conocen las estadísticas. And I'm going to focus on a couple of positive things that are here that make you folks truly unique here in Lawrence. And I want you to feel great about your accomplishments. Pero como todo, no hay que tapar la luna y las estrellas con la mano, ¿verdad? You can't cover, you know, we say this in Spanish, you can't cover the moon with your hand, right, as you're looking up into the sky. Because the sky is so vast. There's so much that we have to work on. But one thing is true, the stars are aligned for Lawrence. You have the privilege of being one of the most diverse cities in the Commonwealth. In particular, the business community is a stunning example, which is the backbone of all business activity in the Commonwealth. 38% of the businesses here are owned by Latinos compared to 3.3% in the Commonwealth. 39.7% of the businesses are owned by women compared to the rate of 29% throughout the state. 20.4% are owned by African Americans versus 3.4% in the Commonwealth as a whole. People from all walks of life come to the city. It's a city that welcomes everyone with open arms. And this long history of attracting immigrants during a time of such vitriol really is an example for the rest of not only the state, but for the nation as well. Because this is a city that makes people feel like they can make their life better. The revitalization of Lawrence is the revitalization of their own lives, and it's a common goal amongst all of you. This is just one of the few things. The accomplishments that you've had show that Lawrence is moving in a great direction. In November, the credit agency Standard & Poor's increased your rating to A. That means that it's going to be cheaper for Lawrence to borrow money for capital projects that can make Lawrence even stronger. Look at the example of this beautiful, beautiful building that we're in today. This is an example of great things that can come when we all work together. It reflects an improvement in the city's management. It reflects an improvement of everyone working together. The 62 units of affordable housing down in Melvin Mills, you're making sure that you're taking care of your middle income folks as well. And in terms of the education of this community, major improvements. Your MCAS scores are up, particularly in mathematics. Your graduation rates have increased 9% to more than 61%. And your number of level 1 schools, the state's classification for those schools that have met the performance goals, has tripled in the district within the past 2 years. Give yourselves a round of applause for these great statistics, because it's just the beginning. And with all of your hard work, you will get better. Not only that, your dropout rates have decreased significantly from over 14% from 2006 to 2007 to just above 4% in 13-14. Be proud of that. Be proud of that. From what we see on the outside and things that I've seen on the outside, a lot of it has to do with your partnerships. The keys to success. There are so many youth-serving organizations that are working together to create educational and professional opportunities for youth and families. Parents are now pursuing advanced degrees over at Northern Essex Community College, which established that beautiful campus in downtown Lawrence that I saw a few weeks ago in a walk around that I did with Representative Moran. The Legal Services Center is helping people who lack resources, who need services. The Small Business Development Center that's opened up to foster the entrepreneurial spirit of the city. There's just so much, and this is the partnerships that reflect the power of working together and should be a model on what you can do and when you collaborate. So it's no secret that there's also been some challenges. The recent closing of the Politic factory in Malden Mills will certainly contribute to the challenges. But make no mistake about it, while the factory's been a pillar of the community, a major employer of immigrants, providing living wages and benefits, Lawrence has also had the opportunity here to capitalize on the changing economic landscape. The local economy is not centered on one single corporation or one single industry. We know that statistic because I mentioned a moment ago. But all you have to do is walk up and down Essex Street. You know, I had the pleasure, like I said, of walking down Essex a couple of months ago with Representative Moran, and to see all those storefronts that had people, that had businesses, it's thriving. What do we do to make sure that we support that backbone so that it grows more, but also at the same time, make sure that you need to capitalize on the strengths of the manufacturing economy base that you have, and diversify the skilled manufacturing and building within this new technology-based economy. You folks will come up with those ideas, those solutions on how to help the people of Lawrence and figure out how you can leverage your unique culture and experience to encourage growth in the new technology-driven economy. what we do need to ask ourselves, and this is with us, your state partners included, is what are the barriers preventing the people of Lawrence from attracting businesses and accessing new jobs? How do we make sure that the citizens have the capacity to meet the demands? How can we remove those barriers? And what are the solutions? And not only that, what will we all do to agree what are the solutions in a manner that exemplifies civility and respect for the offices we hold, for an example for all of our citizens? Because right now, the campaigns are over. Yes, we're going into the presidential campaign and a few other campaigns next year, but for right now, for all of you guys, it's time to govern. While all the state guys go into elections next year, you guys are going to be working with us during that time, next year. And we want to make sure that our partnerships are strong with you because they're essential to creating positive outcomes. Because we have to make sure that we help struggling families build assets, escape poverty, build support networks to help both current citizens and immigrants succeed, and how to educate and empower the next generation of Lawrence residents. These themes that I'm talking about today, they're the same things that are also shared in cities like mine and Boston and throughout the Commonwealth. This is an opportunity also to build outside, to figure out where Lawrence fits in with the regional economy as well, and solutions amongst each other. And make sure that you do not forget the power that your own delegation has at the state level. My great friend, Representative Frank Moran, Representative Marcos Devers, Representative Diana DiZoglio, and Senator Barbara L'Italian. I first came into the State House back in 2003 with Senator Barbara L'Italian a number of years ago, and I've had the pleasure of working with her. The state is here to support you and find solutions. Your elected officials are here to understand what is going on so that you're able to communicate effectively in the State House. There's just so much to be proud here tonight here in Lawrence. And as this new city council and this school committee are sworn in, again, let's look forward to so much more in these upcoming years. It's an exciting time for all of us. We can focus on those challenges, but where are the solutions and what are the things that we're going to agree on? Because if Lawrence comes with a unified voice, make no mistake about it, everyone will listen. Everyone will listen, because everyone knows that the stakes are high and the examples are great here in this great city of Lawrence. You're in a remarkable position to define the trajectory, and I wish you all the best of luck. Y que Dios lo bendiga a todos y que los guarde en todos sus esfuerzos, en lo que ustedes se propongan en este nuevo mundo para todos ustedes. Y gracias por el honor de estar aquí. Thank you for the honor.